Hey everyone, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to this mask tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 3 pleated mask. For me, I wanted a cute fabric, but if you're a guy or maybe somebody looking for something a little more plain, you can pick any fabric you want. It could be plain black, plain blue, or something vibrant like this one. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make this. This pattern was actually given to me by a friend who's a doctor. And this is the pattern and instructions they were given out at her hospital. So I feel pretty confident using it, knowing that this is something that the hospital recommends. They also recommend a tightly woven fabric. So mine is made out of 100% cotton, all 3 pieces. Now, if you don't have fabric at home, like sewing fabric, you could maybe use a t-shirt or another shirt that you have available. You can go to a fabric store, however, in my experience, the lines are ridiculous. There's a line to get in because they can only let a certain amount of people in the store. The line to cut fabric is long. Everything is long because they're understaffed and it's just kind of crazy busy. So go to the fabric store at your own risk. You can also try ordering online. There is a big selection of fabric online. I don't know how shipping time works for certain companies, but you can always try that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you guys how to make this cute mask, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions or just any comments. So let's go ahead and get started. The supplies you're going to need are pins, scissors, marker, 9-inch elastic, ruler and or measuring tape, fabric for 3 separate layers, and a piece of paper for your pattern piece. On your paper, you're going to draw an 8 by 7-inch rectangle and cut it out. Next, you're going to pin your pattern piece to your fabric and then cut that out. Once you've cut your 3 layers out, it's time to assemble the mask. You're going to take the middle layer and lay that down first, then your top layer goes on top of that. You're going to add your 9-inch elastic, pinning it to each corner of the mask. You want to make sure you keep the elastic flat as you pin, just so it's not twisted. Lastly, you're going to lay your back piece on top. I don't put pins on this part, but if you do want to, you could put them on the edges and on the bottom. If you're using a printed fabric, you want to make note on where the top and bottom is, because you're going to put a little hole on the bottom of your mask. You're going to start sewing about 1/3 of the way in from the edge. You're going to back stitch. I take my pin out so I don't sew over it, and then you're going to sew to the corner, making sure you sew over the elastic. When you get to the corner, you're going to lift your presser foot, pivot your fabric, and continue sewing. You're going to do the same thing for each side and each corner. When you get back to the bottom, you're going to sew about 1/3 of the way in and back stitch. You're going to cut the corners of your mask so that when you flip it right side out, the corners are more defined. Then you're going to turn your mask right side out. You also want to make sure you pull on the elastic just to make sure it's secure, make sure you didn't miss anything, and just to make sure it'll hold tight when somebody wraps it around their ears. At the opening, you're going to fold your fabric under, making a nice clean edge, and iron. Then you're going to iron around the rest of the mask to make it nice and neat. To make the pleats, you're going to flip your mask over and measure 1.5 inches across the top. Then you're going to iron it to keep it in place. Then you're going to pick your mask up and make a fold on the back side of the mask, making sure you keep your side folds even. Mine are at 5/8 of an inch. And then you're going to lay it down and iron that. Next, you're going to repeat the other step. So you're going to fold it over. This time your fold is going to measure 5/8 of an inch. Then you're going to iron that. Then you're going to pick up your mask, Make a fold on the back side, again 5/8 of an inch, iron that. Flip it over one more time, 5/8 of an inch, iron that, and then the last time you're going to fold it over on the back side. Get all your pleats in order, and then iron across the entire top, flip it over in the entire back. After this, the last thing to do is sew it together. So remembering where your opening is, you're going to place your needle at the edge of that opening. Then you're going to sew around the entire edge of your mask. I didn't put pins in mine, but if you are new to sewing, it may be a good idea to add some, just because the pleats can move around a little bit. And you're done.